VEGA versus PINTO, Volkswagen, and Toyota Corolla. In the highly competitive economical little car market, VEGA sets the comparative standard. VEGA offers a full line of models with the sedan, hatchback coupe, and camback wagon, while PINTO attempts to catch up with its mid-season runabout added to the original sedan. To this date, PINTO still doesn't offer a wagon or panel truck. The Toyota Corolla series puts a two-door sedan, two-door coupe, and four-door sedan in competition with VEGA's two-door sedan. Toyota offers no hatchback in any series in competition with VEGA's hatchback, but does offer a two-door wagon against the camback. To compete with the VEGA sedan, VW continues the Super Beetle and cheaper 111 model, both throwbacks to a style established in the 30s. Taller than they are wide, the Beetles tend to be top-heavy compared to VEGA's relatively wide tread, low height, and inherently superior stability. For $72, the Super Beetle receives a larger rear window and a four-spoke steering wheel. Against the VEGA camback wagon, VW retains the squareback sedan, priced about $817 higher than its VEGA counterpart. The VW fastback model is priced about $622 more than VEGA's coupe, even though it lacks the convenience of the hatchback tailgate and folding rear seat. An obvious copy of VEGA's hatchback is the PINTO Runabout, little more than a modified version of the PINTO sedan. By combining the rear window and deck lid into a tailgate, it appears that the Runabout duplicates the advantages of VEGA's hatchback coupe. But let's take a closer look. Exposed hinges on the Runabout's tailgate are a telltale sign of PINTO's afterthought design compared with VEGA's hidden internal hinges. Another consequence of PINTO's after-the-fact efforts is the wide gap between the roof and tailgate when the gate is lifted, allowing rain or snow to enter the backseat area. VEGA's hatchback was thoroughly tested beforehand to eliminate such problems. Fold down the rear seat in the VEGA hatchback, and there's a full 65 inches of flat cargo floor extending all the way to the front seat backs. The cargo floor in the PINTO Runabout is 10 inches shorter, with a 7-inch gap between the end of the cargo floor and the front seat back. The spare tire in VEGA's hatchback is concealed under the cargo floor in a special compartment, with extra space for valuables and a fastened lid to keep it all out of sight. In PINTO's Runabout, the spare tire protrudes above the floor level with no extra space and only a carpet mat for cover. The VEGA hatchback's longer cargo floor and well-designed tailgate allow a good-sized box to fit with no problem. The PINTO Runabout, however, is unable to handle the same size box unless the passenger seat is moved forward. Model for model, VEGA's basic vehicle dimensions exceed the competition's in vital areas such as wheelbase. Compare VEGA's smoother riding 97-inch wheelbase against PINTO's 94.2, Super Beetle's 95.3, and Corolla's 91.9-inch wheelbases. For greater stability, VEGA also has wider wheel track dimensions than the foreign competition. VEGA's 8.7 cubic feet of luggage space and wide-mouth deck lid opening top PINTO's 5.6 cubic feet and narrow opening. Toyota Corolla has only 8.5 cubic feet capacity, while the Super Beetle claims 9.2 cubic feet, enlarged from the 4.9 cubic feet now held by the cheaper 111 model. A cargo guard barrier behind the VEGA sedan rear passenger seat is standard protection. This steel bulkhead prevents trunk cargo from leaning against rear seat passengers during a sudden stop or being thrown violently into the passenger compartment in the event of a collision. In a PINTO, the seat back and a thin fiberboard are all that separate passengers and cargo. Behind the Super Beetle's rear seat is a small storage pocket, while Corolla has its gas tank there. Strong, steel girder-like side guard beams are another VEGA exclusive in the economical little car market. These hefty beams are welded into the door structure for additional occupant protection against side impact. PINTO, Corolla, and Volkswagen still don't have them. Solid, double-panel construction in the hood, roof, and deck lid is standard on every VEGA model. The competition uses cheaper single-panel construction. Rust-resistant, flush and dry rocker panels are also exclusive to VEGA. VEGA's tough polyurethane valence panels, both front and rear, take a lot of abuse from stones, curbs, and road salt without showing it. PINTO, Volkswagen, and Corolla have sheet metal panels which are highly vulnerable to damage and corrosion. VEGA's standard front disc brakes are highly resistant to the effects of water or heat fade. Not so with the drum brakes on PINTO and VW. Front disc brakes are a $32 option on PINTO, while VW requires the buyer to purchase the expensive fastback model to get them. Corolla, however, does offer standard front disc brakes. Full foam construction with supportive springs is what makes VEGA's seats the most comfortable in its class. PINTO, Beetle, and Corolla seats are smaller and lighter, with only thin foam padding. VEGA's powered flow-through ventilation system draws in fresh air at the base of the windshield, circulates it throughout the passenger compartment, and exhausts stale air through the deck lid louvers, all while the car is standing still. PINTO and the 111 Beetle depend on the car's motion to circulate air, with PINTO's system least efficient of all since it has no exhaust louvers. Providing tall people with sufficient head and legroom is the result of designing VEGA around the space requirements for 4 people. This design concept allows a 6-foot 2-inch man to sit comfortably without removing his hat. In the PINTO, the same man's hat is crushed against the roof. The tall roofs of the Corolla and Super Beetle allow for headroom, but legroom is lacking. VEGA's dash-mounted interior hood release protects vital engine parts from theft or vandalism, which PINTO and VW are exposed to because of their exterior releases. Corolla, however, also has an interior release. Notice that VEGA's front-hinged hood opens to a nearly vertical position, held open by a self-locking brace. PINTO's obtrusive prop and VW's extremely cramped engine compartment reduce accessibility. In the engine compartment, VEGA provides an American-built 4-cylinder overhead cam engine with an advanced silicon aluminum alloy block as standard equipment. VW and Corolla don't even offer an overhead cam design, while PINTO charges $50 extra for its overhead cam engine, plus $32 more for front disc brakes that are a mandatory option with the engine. That makes for a total of $82 extra to get what VEGA considers standard equipment. Even with the optional engine, PINTO is still far behind VEGA in engine size. VEGA's 140 cubic inch displacement standard engine is larger than PINTO's standard 97.6 cubic inch or the costlier 122 cubic inch engine. VEGA also tops the Corolla's 71.1 cubic inch standard or 96.9 cubic inch optional engines, as well as the only available 96.6 cubic engine in the Beetle. Either of VEGA's 2 engines can be ordered with any of the 4 transmission choices, including the 3-speed turbohydromatic available soon. PINTO, however, offers only a 4-speed manual with the standard engine. The optional engine front disc brake package also comes with a standard 4-speed manual, but at a cost of $82. If the prospect wants an automatic transmission, he's forced to pay $257 for the optional engine, mandatory front disc brakes, and automatic transmission package. Volkswagen segments power team choices into model lines. No optional engine is offered in either of the regular or Super Beetle models. There is an optional semi-automatic transmission, but no fully automatic transmission offered. To get a more powerful engine or fully automatic transmission, the buyer is forced into the more expensive fastback or squareback models. It's obvious that VEGA has no competition when it comes to power team choices. VEGA also tailors any one of 3 rear axle ratios to the various engine and transmission combinations for the most effective economy and performance possible. For optimum economy, the buyer may select the standard engine, a manual transmission, and the 2.53 rear axle ratio. For better performance, the 2.92 or 3.36 ratio. Another VEGA exclusive is the availability of posit traction with any rear axle ratio. Pinto, Volkswagen, and Corolla offer no rear axle ratio choices. VEGA's electric fuel pump, located in the gasoline tank, is a feature that not only solves the problem of engine stalls due to vapor lock, but also protects the engine against possible damage due to loss of oil pressure. Should VEGA's oil pressure be lost, the fuel pump cuts the fuel supply, preventing the engine from burning itself out. Pinto, Corolla, and VW Beetles use cheaper mechanical fuel pumps without the advantages of VEGA's electric fuel pump. A sealed side terminal battery is also standard equipment on VEGA and not even offered by the competition. This battery virtually eliminates corrosion accumulation and the resulting loss of electrical power, as with conventional batteries used by Pinto, Corolla, and VW. VEGA uses coil springs at all four wheels to help achieve its excellent ride qualities. Pinto and Corolla have coil springs in front, but use cheaper leaf springs in the rear. The basic VW Beetle relies on its old torsion bar suspension front and rear, while the Super Beetle uses coil springs at the front only. The proof of VEGA's superiority is its model availability, advanced engine and vehicle design, powertrain choices, and the impressive list of standard features, many of them exclusive in the economical little car market. The little car that does everything well really does.